Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another keen stream about Space Engineers 2. I am joined by Marek, CEO and founder of Keen Software House. And I'm Joel, or you can call me Zockley as well, but it's great to be here. And I'll first start off by saying on stream, Marek, happy birthday. How's it been?
Thank you, Joel, and hello, everybody. And also thanks to two people who were telling me happy birthday in the chat. I was watching it, in last couple minutes, so thank you very much. It's really a pleasure to be here with so many people. And this is probably the biggest birthday party I ever had. Like hundreds of people, or maybe even thousands. So
I think we've got a couple thousand watching right now.
Yeah.
So that's a if I always think this, Marek, with streams. Imagine if you could teleport these couple thousand people into some space to all be like, yeah, that would be a party to remember.
maybe that's a plan for Space Engineers 3.
That's he's only gone and said it. All right. Yeah, later. Wow, yeah, confirmed. Anyway, so it's definitely an exciting time. We are just 10 days away from Space Engineers 2 releasing into alpha on Steam with the vertical slice 1. So today we're going to just again kind of go over what you guys can expect, make a couple of announcements, and then we're going to get into the gameplay and showcase some new stuff as well. You realize, Marek, there's going to be like a bunch of kind of like investigation videos into SE3 now.
Yes. But actually, maybe I can talk about this because it's still just a fantasy, but I think that SE3 actually maybe could be even in the like real world, so with AI, super intelligence, nanobots, things like that. Maybe we can be actually playing SE3 in the real world, and the super intelligence would be just managing the things for us. So that's my conceptual idea for SE3.
Okay, well, stay tuned. That's gonna be something to look out for. And Marek, I have to ask. Obviously, now it's been nearly 1 month since we revealed SE2 on stream, and I know there's been a ton of reactions and feedback from the community. So I'm just curious for you, how has it been like? Just kind of witnessing all the reactions and conversations around the game over the last month.
Yeah, very nice. Because it's always good to, show the work to people and have a positive reaction. It's much better than to get negative reaction. And so that was good. But also the team or part of the team is working on the build that we'll be releasing in 10 days. Going through multiple test runs, making sure that it's like bug-free and stable. So that has been happening. There was already few rounds, so we are fixing like one bug after another, so it's getting more and more stable. So I believe the version we will have on January 27 will be quite stable.
That's good. I mean, the players are definitely going to appreciate stability as well as just all the new features. And I think we'll just take this brief moment to say a massive shout out to the amazing Keen Software House team who have been working for years on this, but obviously now we are really into those key moments as we approach the first release of SE2. And again, just a reminder, guys, that pre-orders have been open for a month. So if you're new and you've missed the news, you can pre-order Space Engineers 2 on Steam right now, releasing in 10 days on Jan 27th. And I think, Marek, you also just, although it's kind of like we're encouraging you, of course, to buy the game and get playing soon, but also I think you might have like some transparency notice about this.
Yeah, even last time I was highlighting that what we are releasing is vertical slice number 1. So only creative mode. The other vertical slices like planets and water and multiplayer and so on, they will come later. And it's also alpha. So we try to polish it as much as possible because the idea of this vertical slices is that what we are releasing is, almost final version of that vertical slice of the features. But there are still some, like rough edges here and there, and you will see it. So, take it with that. And again, if people or if you are not comfortable with playing alpha game or game that is still in development, then you can just wait with pre-ordering or buying the game for later. later months or later years when it will be more developed and more vertical slices will be released. So we are completely okay with that, but we also want to be very open about this, that it's alpha, open development, and we are not forcing nobody to buy it. But of course, it will be nice if people buy it and give us their feedback and share this experience of being part of SE2 development from the beginning. That would be also nice, but it's also okay if somebody just wants to wait.
Yeah, definitely. Like, some people will choose to be, say, the pioneers here at the very beginning, but it's definitely, you can follow the journey even without owning the game. You can follow us on the streams, on the videos, on the communities, reactions to this, and you can always jump in whenever the time feels right for you. So that's definitely a really important note. And the next thing we want to talk about, because it kind of came up on the reveal stream, and there was some reactions to it, and that is the part about the upcoming vertical slice 1.1, which will be after this, which will include the UGC workshop. So there was a big conversation around this, and Mod.io and Steam Workshop. So I just want, Marek, again, for you to just talk to the community about the latest decision, which we made an announcement about already, but maybe people missed it.
Yeah. So originally we wanted to have in-game workshop, but the backend was supposed to be Mod.io. And after getting the feedback from the player, we changed our plans because the community wanted it. So we decided to actually start with Steam Workshop as the backend. Reasons are multiple, but I would say the main one is that the creators who are actually, filling up, or it's their life, that comes to the workshop. If workshop is the preferred option for them, then it's really hard to argue with that. And we also wanted to just do something that the community wants. So we changed the course, and now it will be Steam Workshop as the backend. The game will have or has already actually because I was just having 2 hours ago a playtest on the UGC. So we're just checking the new in-game browser for blueprints and worlds for now. So it's already shaping, and the backend will be Workshop, Steam Workshop.
Yeah. And I think this is another. I think, if honestly, it's like the first example of this kind of collaborative development with the community, right? Like, I'm sure there'll be lots of suggestions and feedback, and the game hasn't even released yet. And obviously, when we talked about it on the stream, the community definitely made themselves, their thoughts on this known. And the team, it was early enough, the team that decided that we will take a different path, and definitely that's why we're opening up development so soon with you guys to get involved, is to hear your feedback as we make Space Engineers 2 amazing and the game that it's destined to be.
And another reason why we are releasing now and not waiting another year or 2 or 3 with SE2 is that we really want to be shaping SE2 development together with the community, and also give people the chance to play the game and not really hold it from them, because to me doesn't make sense, because basically if we, delay the release for another, let's say 3 years, the only advantage would be, it is not really advantage, but the only outcome would be that people will simply not have the chance to play it in the next 3 years. And I don't see any benefit in that. Contrary to that, if people can play the game, they can give us their feedback, and it's actually more fun and also more motivational for us and for our team, because the team, they are checking the comments in this chat, definitely, in this stream, under the trailers, and if they see positive reactions, they are happy, and it motivates them. So it's actually even increasing the quality of the game, because motivated developers, happy developers, good developers.
Yeah, definitely. And this is so important for sure. And I'm just thinking here, it's great seeing your feedback, guys. Again, as always, I want to say with the chat, it's great to see so many reactions here. We're following here, so do appreciate. And sometimes, myself and Marek don't have time to read the chat during the stream so much, but we often go back and rewatch it to see what everyone was saying. So it's really, please do keep the feedback coming wherever you leave it. So the next thing we're gonna go through this quickly, guys, so we can get to the gameplay quick today, and that is the quick overview of the roadmap, that just what you can expect in vertical slice 1, but then just the distant future, what's coming after that. So maybe Marek, you can just quickly go through that list there.
Yeah. So first one, we have this vertical slice strategy, which means that we don't call it update, but vertical slice, because we always pick some vertical slice of the complete feature set. The first one that we are releasing in 10 days is called creative mode, so basically focusing only on creative mode. And the other vertical slices that will come later will be planets and survival. That will be vertical slice 2. Vertical slice 3 will be water. Vertical slice 4 will be multiplayer. And then there will be NPCs and so on. By the way, we'll also be in one of these updates. We haven't decided yet, but we'll be also adding things like rotors, pistons, mechanical blocks, programmable block, those kind of things. We don't know exactly which vertical slice they will be in, because they may come in some of the earlier vertical slices. For example, I think vertical slice 3 will have many of things, because vertical slice 3 will be water, but we don't need our entire team to be working on the water. So the water update will probably contain something else, that will be huge. I already have some idea what it could be, but maybe it will be mechanical blocks or something else. We'll see. So let's keep that open.
Yeah, and I think just one side point, and you guys can see on the screen right now, this is everything that you can expect on January 27th in the vertical slice 1. All the blocks that are contained inside this first release. And some of these blocks, I should note that they're just visual right now. They don't function. But of course, they will eventually. So that's just something there to take a look at on the screen. And in the meantime, we have seen quite a lot of conversation in the community about multiplayer, and some players asking, it seems that why multiplayer is coming later in the development of Space Engineers 2 here.
Yeah. So one reason is that we wanted to start the vertical slices and the releases with features that will differentiate SE1 and SE2. And basically make SE2 stand out from SE1, So imagine that we released the game just with the multiplayer, but without unified grid system, without water, without this new survival that we will have, and without the new graphics and so on. Then it would be like, why are we doing it? Basically we're giving people what they already have in SE1. So when we are prioritizing the vertical slices and the content for them, we are thinking in terms of showing features that are actually novel and revolutionary. And multiplayer, I think definitely there will be some upgrades in the multiplayer, but I would consider it to be a feature that just needs to be done. So that's one part. The other is that the multiplayer is actually in some sense already in the game, because when we started to work on VRH3, 3 years ago, we made the whole new architecture, and one of the core principles of this architecture is that game logic, is separated to client and server. And as we are already implementing game mechanics to the game, we're already separating, like what happens on server, what happens on the client. And so this is already happening, because we cannot do this later.
No.
That would be we would have to rewrite so much stuff, that would be a mess. So we cannot do that later. We are already doing it now. So when you will be playing the game, the server is actually running on your computer. It's not a separate process, it's still part of the same process. And, it's not sending like messages or packets and stuff like that. It's internal communication, but the architectural separation is already there. So this, I would say, let's say first half of multiplayer is already done. And the second half, of course, will be optimizations, making things like server browser and connecting and solving those kind of things. That will be the second half that we will do, sometimes later. So again, first reason for why multiplayer is a little bit later is that we wanted to start with the new stuff to show, or to differentiate SE2 from SE1. And the second thing I wanted to say is that the multiplayer is not a second-class citizen. It's already taken care of from the beginning. Like the whole architecture of VRH3 was designed with the multiplayer in mind, because doing it later, it would be, overkill.
Yeah, and I think the only other thing that I want to just touch on this, Marek, would be I know a lot of people also asking about consoles as well, and maybe adding some thoughts onto that element as well.
Yeah, so we plan with consoles for SE2. Eventually at the end of the development cycle or the early access. But during the early access, we are really counting only with PC, at least for next 2 years, maybe 3 years, something like that. Because for us, it's much easier to.
It's rapid development, isn't it?
It's about rapid development, and also it's not so easy to have alpha or beta games or early access games on consoles. I mean, there are options, of course, but it's not as easy. And it's also about focus, because we really need to be focused, and also the team needs to be focused. And if we will have too many fights, then we kind of can lose the war. So it's really important to pick our fights and then be careful about it. And so for that reason, we are keeping consoles for later. But one good news is that we have one developer in our team who is already working on the console port. Of course, it's one person, so it will take him probably a long time. At some point, probably the rest of the team will join, and they will help with the UI and like some kind of render optimizations and other platform-specific optimizations or platform-specific work. But right now, it's just one person, and
they're getting started. They're starting the process now, which is the key thing here.
Yeah.
So definitely, I think it's good to say to players, because there's also comments we see that we're definitely counting on it, guys. So stay tuned on that front as well. So I think that was some of the points just to bring up that people have kind of pulled out from the roadmap. So just quickly here, we're going to touch on as well the continued development and support of space engineers. So Marek, I have some clips here to show. So this is just some of the recent teasers which you guys may have seen. And I'll just start by saying that, there's multiple updates for Space Engineers 1 actively being worked on in parallel to Space Engineers 2. And the 206 update will be coming in the coming months. So I'm not sure if, Marek, if you want to add anything there to the kind of this parallel work happening.
So already for a few years, we have two separate teams. One is SE1, the other is SE2. And SE2 also contains the VRH3 team. SE1 team is about 30 developers. SE2 is about 70 developers. They are completely independent, with like their own structures and organization and leadership and so on. So the SE1 team, works on parallel in parallel on SE1. There are planned 2 updates this year. And the first one will actually come quite soon. And what else to add? We're still counting with supporting SE1, for some time. So you don't need to be worried about that.
Yeah, definitely. And I say both teams, as you know, obviously they're working on great stuff. And I think some of the stuff you see on the screen now, some of these awesome looking cargo ships is a great example of that. So next up, Marek, we're getting through this here. We're moving a good pace, I think. We just want to, again, just to emphasize again the key development principles of Space Engineers 2, really to just, hammer this home to what we're trying to achieve here with Space Engineers 2.
Yeah. So for me, Space Engineers 2, it's not just, let's make a sequel and that's it, but we looked on what we learned in the last 10 years. We also looked on the original founding vision for Space Engineers to understand what is Space Engineers, what the game should be about, what it should not be about, and so on. And then we try to reimagine it so we can achieve it, but 10 times better than what we achieved in SE1. 10 times better graphics, more intuitive, faster, more scalable, and so on. And this is it. That's like what is driving our decisions behind SE2.
Fantastic.
And like specific differences between SE2 and SE1 is that in SE2 there will be lore, there will be story, but also the solar system where you play the Almagest. There are some main characters and so on. So this is one big difference because I think it connects you more to the game, when there is a lore and story and some characters and some drama and so on. Another one is intuitiveness or accessibility or UI or UX. It's basically that it should be much easier and comfortable and satisfying to control the game, to learn new things in the game. The game shouldn't punish you. This is very important for me. For me, actually, this is the key priority number one, that I want the game, the space to be much more intuitive and easy to learn. And the reason is that myself, as a gamer, I am kind of not really patient. I don't want to spend time learning some game and going through complicated tutorials. I really just, when I sit to a game, I want to have something done in seconds or minutes. So I have always this in mind that like I'm designing it also for myself, and every time I'm asking myself like, is this like what I want to achieve in the game like too long? Is there like too many steps, some unnecessary friction, and so on? So that's another thing. Then we are also building it for the next decade, so that's why we have VRage 3. That we needed something that can scale up more than VRage 2. Because this is investment for next decade or maybe decades.
And I think actually on the intuitive part, it's super important, because I'm sure that so many players out there tuning in today, I'm sure they know a friend who jumped into Space Engineers, and they initially were overwhelmed by a lot of the features and stuff. And there's always been this thing, I think, with SE1, it was like, if you can get past this initial kind of like, whoa, there's so much stuff, then you tend to become like I wouldn't say addicted. Addicted is the like what I use, but you really get into it. But definitely, that's the thing with SE2. It's making it more intuitive, but at the same time making it have higher potential on the advanced end as well. So both ends of the spectrum are like expanded upon, I think is the key thing as well, honestly.
Yeah. Like I want the game to be more accessible to new players and also mainstream players. But at the same time, the veterans, they will get actually much more flexibility and freedom and possibilities than they're used to in Space One. So then few other differences is better graphics. I hope you can see it from the trailers. And we'll have water in Vertical Slice 3, planetary scale volumetric water. That's a big thing. And also survival will be different. Principally the same, but with different accessibility. Hopefully it will be much more enjoyable and also much easier for new players to get in and to understand and to have their first build is very important for me. Like how much steps and how much time will it take for me or completely new player to actually build something and use it and have that gratification. And if it can be done fast, like let's say within minutes, then I think we succeeded. Maybe one transparency notice is that we are talking about intuitiveness and everything, but I think that what we will have in Vertical Slice is not the pinnacle of intuitiveness still. Yeah. It's the first shot, and we are continuing, so there will be multiple iterations on the intuitiveness. And for example, it's hard to talk about intuitiveness when we don't have tutorials, but tutorials, they should be implemented at the end because things are changing, so you don't want to be always changing the tutorial. So please take this intuitiveness more like our vision, where we are striving, not that PS1 is already delivering the some magical intuitive.
But it's also a big step already, the fact that we have these contextual hints that like from the get-go, and this is like a modular system which you can add on. So I think there are elements that are immediately better, and I think this contextual hint system is one of those.
That's one. Then another is our focus on blueprint building. That's a big one. Yeah. Again, even blueprint building will improve beyond VS1, but being able to build from some kind of modules, blueprints, I think it's changing things. Then there is undo redo, so like you'll be less punished for errors. Paint tool is much better. Then there is the unified grid system, which maybe doesn't seem like intuitive improvement, but actually it is, because you can build more. It's much more.
You can place a block anywhere. You don't have to have the
So all these things I think will be helping the intuitiveness, but definitely there will be multiple iterations where we will be, like making it more and more intuitive. Let's say rethinking the shortcuts, rethinking, the keyboard shortcut or other things, rethinking the screens, making the screens more intuitive, like even less clutter, better naming, better tooltips, and so on. So this will come.
And I think there's going to be lots, but one of the other big things is obviously volumetric water, which will come later. But this is, again, it's going to be a huge game-changing feature. And I also, it's not on this, another thing is the modding. This is also coming. The modding tools are going to be amazing. You're going to have the same tools that the developers use to make the game. So modders will, the modding potential is also going to be
I can actually just mention very briefly is that what will happen? So January 27 we'll release Vertical Slice 1. Then there will be probably in like following days some hot fixes and so on. And then we'll be releasing probably 1 month or 1 month and something after that. Probably in March we'll be releasing Vertical Slice 1.1, which will focus on this workshop, Steam Workshop, and in-game browser that we are now finishing. Then there will be Vertical Slice 1.2, probably April or so, which will focus on some many other improvements like new jetpack boosters and many other things. And then there will be Vertical Slice 1.5, which will focus on modding. So we will release Virage Hub and Virage Editor. So you will be able to use the same editor that our artists and designers and programmers are using to actually develop the game, and you will be able to start modding and adding content to the game. So and the reason why we pick these community-focused features for the beginning, and let's say not the multiplayer, is that we wanted to have their features that will increase the community cooperation,
right,
and not keep it from you for later for a few years. So that's why the first these small updates in the beginning are so much community focused.
But definitely, and I know the community is going to appreciate that one. I think we're very close now. We're actually pretty good on time. I'm just going to again just go through just to summarize these. We have some of these vision and design pillars of SE2. So it's again to keep the Space Engineers principle 10x on SE1. Improving upon, more intuitive, deeper in gameplay possibilities at the same time, flexibility in building with fewer artificial constraints. More visually stunning, next generation graphics, immersive with rich storytelling and living universe with human NPCs, which I know is a big one. And also, of course, more performant, leveraging modern hardware. And another one we have is more engaging survival experience in a dynamic world. So that's just, again, I think we're kind of covering these and these points quite well here, but these are really the things to kind of look forward to in SE2, and just a little bit to see behind our thinking of how this is being developed. And leaning into that, I want to remind the community to check out Marek's weekly dev diaries. This is an insight into the development from his perspective. So maybe Marek, you want to talk about a little bit what you've been doing on there in recent weeks, and I think we'll get some links in the chat too.
Yeah. So I started with it a month ago, and every Thursday I release a short blog post with what I was working on or things that caught my attention. Of course, I don't cover everything that our team was working on, because
there's a lot.
there's really a lot, and but just things that caught my attention, or I was working on them or discussing. So even yesterday I released a blog post where you can see some of the things. There is also a sneak peek of one of the new character models for one faction that we'll be revealing later.
Okay, so yes, definitely, again, there's a couple of things on that point. Sign up for the newsletter every 18th of the month, and it happens to be an 18th tomorrow. So definitely, if you're not on that already, sign up for that for the kind of latest breakthrough news there. But also, again, on Marek's blog every Thursday, you can get a little bit of insight into what's going on at Keen from his point of view. So one of the last few things here, I wanted to say earlier at the start of this month, we had our composer Carol Antonin, and he was recording with the orchestra playing the Space Engineers soundtrack. And you met Carol on the reveal stream, but I have a picture here of Carol recording with that orchestra. So there's a little bit of a sneak peek there, and I don't know how many. I think I said 80, but I don't know the exact number. But a lot of people are involved, and this will make Space Engineers 2 music even more beautiful and epic.
Yeah.
So
this happened 2 weeks ago. Actually, it was exactly 2 weeks ago. Carol, he organized the recording with the orchestra. So there was, I think, 80 or so musicians, and they recorded these instruments, and they were doing it the whole day. A couple of us from the team, we stopped there. Even my father, actually, he traveled from Bratislava to Prague to see it. So it was nice experience, and I already was listening to the new version of our soundtrack with this
recording.
yeah,
I haven't
yeah.
heard it yet. Oh my, yeah.
It's nicer. Or of course they didn't record the whole soundtrack, only the parts where the recordings, these orchestra recordings make sense.
Yeah.
You know, where you have instruments that are better when they are not like artificial, but when they are recorded, and like you can really feel it. You know.
Yeah. I was going to say, yeah, because some of the songs they don't have this orchestral theme, so that it's not necessary to have this. But some of the big ones, some of the biggest kind of anthems, I think, of the SE2 track have a lot of orchestra. So those are going to sound so much more. I'm going to say the word again. Meaty is the word to describe it, I think. So definitely you can look forward to that. And this a little side point to remind of that. If you order the Pioneer edition of Space Engineers 2, you get the full OST in ultra high quality to listen to as well. So that's another thing to check out as well when you're pre-ordering the game, is the Pioneer edition. So I just wanted to point out that, because I thought that was quite a cool thing that happened recently. And I think we're so close now to the gameplay, Marek. I just want to kind of just some final thoughts on SE2 and how you're feeling about it as we go into this release here.
Yeah, I'm feeling very good about SE2. And again, I want to thank to our team who is developing this game. Also want to thank the SE1 team who is actually supporting us, or has been supporting us until this moment, so that we can develop SE2. And I'm very grateful for such a team. I think we're actually quite happy that we're able to find these amazing people and team, but it was also a lot of work to build the team and organize it. And that's actually was my focus last 5 years, to build such a good and independent teams full of senior people, not all of them, but like many seniors who can help us develop the game. So I think we have very good culture in the company and in both teams, and I'm right now enjoying working with them very much, which is nice.
Yeah, for sure. And it's only things are only gonna. This is just the beginning of this immense. Well, I say it's been going on obviously for some years now, but this is in some way this is the start of the public journey here. So definitely, and I think, Marek, we're going to jump into the gameplay. Just a quick question for the chat. I'm really curious, guys. Let me know if you have pre-ordered. So 06 in the chat, if you haven't pre-ordered yet, but you're going to be pre-ordering or purchasing the game very soon. 07 if you've pre-ordered already, and 08 if you pre-ordered the Pioneer Edition. Let's get a little kind of poll in the chat here as we switch over to the gameplay. So up on the screen right now is, again, we were going to go through the contents of the VS1, but I think you can see it here, and we've already touched on it, and I think you can actually, you'll see some of that as we play here. So let us prep the gameplay. Marek, I'm going to spin the controls over to you, and you can jump on into the game here. I think you just need to pan across to the right. I know where the mouse is. Oh, the mouse is, yeah. Just move over to the left and then click on the game, and it should be good. Yeah. Adjustment here. Ooh.
Is it okay?
It's good.
Okay.
Click on that. It should be good. I mean, again, you see this starting screen, guys, but here we go. Now we're in game music. So here's the menu. I'm gonna hit creative, and first off, go to the Concordia Research Facility.
Yeah, that's the creative mode scenario where you have two platforms, red ship and blue ship.
And we're in.
Okay, so I will switch to first-person camera for now. I think I will start with actually destruction. So I will fly to the green station, which is there. So let's switch to third person again.
I'm going to play this a little differently today.
Yeah, and now I will use the booster mode. So actually I can go up to 300 meters per second. Speed up the flight a little bit.
Yeah. Super fast. And just another point, you can change the unit of measurement there for the speed in the settings from meters per second to kilometers per hour and miles per hour for those who like the old Imperial. So yeah, we'll give you some, give you a bit of full screen here.
I really love the visuals in this area.
In the corridors, yes, always super nice. You can see those contextual tools coming up as well. And again, my favorite spot being that one where you see the shadow as well. So, oh, look at those little bunks there. Look at that.
Actually, was never in that room.
I think that's new. Yeah, I think there's new there. So you have some of our designers building bunks out of the unified grid system, 25 centimeters, right? And then we can see our look once again our lovely shadow appearing on the asteroid.
What do you like?
I like that, a lot. Small things. Yeah, the chat is saying the lighting is very good. The lighting is insanely good. The lighting looks so good. It's a lot of, and I'm telling you guys, like, you can see it from the video here, I think, but there's something about it when you're playing it, obviously you're seeing this through a compressed stream here. So when you're seeing this at even 1080p native on your, or, especially if you can get 4K, it really pops, and the shadows, the lines of the shadows are so sharp. It's, I think it's only after you've played SE2 for a bit, is that when you go back into SE1, that you realize that the visuals of SE2 are greatly improved, honestly. Look at this, like it's, those shadows there, yeah.
Okay, well, let's go and destroy
some stuff, okay.
I think there was nice, this area is actually very nice for destruction because
all the bits go flying, right?
Yeah. So we have this, we call it debug gun. It's a gun that will be available only in creative mode because it's just for, we actually had it, for debugging and testing. But then we realized that we can keep it in the game for players to enjoy.
I mean, some people were talking about this. So this is definitely not a balance thing. This is really just for you guys to right off the bat have fun with the destruction. I mean, look at this. Fractures flying everywhere. No more generic, scrap, but this is actual, every single block is crafted to have fractures that break apart as it's destroyed. So yeah, the debug tool, again, really, as Marek said, is just for you guys to have some fun with the destruction on day one. I think you mentioned, Marek, about later down the line, I think the handgun and stuff, I think you already touched on that briefly on the last stream. So there is obviously plans to have other kind of tools and weapons later on. Oh, there's a nice miner there, Marek. I reckon we can take that out for a spin.
Okay, let's do it.
And again, on the visuals, guys, you're also seeing the game has ray tracing as well. So that's another. There's a ton of different technologies that that kind of make this game look so much improved. But yeah, ray tracing is one of those. It's very spooky. Got some. Okay. Turn the sound up for you guys. Saw that meat.
So this is drilling. By the way, also the sound design, we are still improving it, so there will be multiple iterations in the following updates, where we will improve the ship sounds and drilling sounds and so on. Another thing that will be improving quite soon is ship control. So currently, this is exactly how in SE1, with just mouse, you rotate like this, but we have like better system, I think, that will be very make it more comfortable also for large ship, that feel heavy, and so you will not have to move the mouse, over and over and over. You will just point somewhere, the ship will rotate there. So that's already in works. Another improvement that I want to show you now is the safe speed. So that means that if you collide and the collision is under 20 meters per second, there is no damage. And you can see it on the HUD, of course, the speedometer. So I'll just crash. There is no damage. There is no damage up to 20 meters per second. So I think this is nice improvement. That your ship will not feel so fragile and from glass.
It can have a little bit of knocks and scuffs, and it won't actually be like, oh, I've got to get out and fix it up again.
Yeah.
Of course, destruction's a massive part of the game, but it's just these low speeds. You can get away with a little bit more now.
Yeah.
So I think I don't know what I'm not sure at what. There we go. I'm not sure at what speed before it would damage, but I want to say even 5, a couple of meters per second, and your armor would dent, right? So we got some tough ships here.
Okay, now I can show the unified grid system and build something. So let's switch back to. Maybe I'll find some place with more light. So now I'm building with 2.5 meter block, and I will actually quickly change the color so we can see the difference.
On the paint gun, of course.
On the paint gun. Currently, I need to switch to paint gun and then back. It's kind of uncomfortable, but later we'll be able to change the color, directly on the block.
Yeah.
So I will change the color, and again, so I will, these are 2.5 meter armor blocks. Now with, this one, let's move it like this, undo. Yeah, that was undo, So let's say if I don't like where I build it, I will just undo, or I can redo.
I know it seems so small, but the undo redo feature is such a game changer, honestly.
And now I will change the shape or the size of the block. And again, here I want to highlight that this is the UI for this is temporary. So I will use R key, and I will scroll through different shapes and different sizes. But in the build that we are already preparing, it works more like pressing the 1 key, the number 1, to go through the shapes, and then R key through the sizes. So this is already in the work. So what you will have here, I'm sure many people will not feel that this is the most comfortable way. But again, we know about this. It will get updated in the next vertical slice. So I will select 50 centimeter block. That's this one. And again, I can just attach it or snap it to this block because it's a unified grid system.
Yeah. Marek, there's a question about just quickly about the undo redo. Do you know how many steps are stored?
Actually, don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's a good question. Well,
maybe actually I can test it.
Well, so far everything you built, so. But you wonder if you're building for half an hour and then you can. Oh, I forgot. I don't know, but
I would not expect that far.
But then it probably
maybe it's 100. I'm not sure. It was definitely in some design document, but I cannot remember now. I don't know also how much memory it consumes. So how what are the costs? What I know for sure is that the undo redo doesn't work between the sessions or between the worlds.
Okay, so if you quit and then you load back up again, then you okay.
That's something that I think we would probably want to add in the future. What also doesn't work in this build is the paint gun or undo redo on the colors. The color, but in the internal build that I tested, it's already working.
But I think the other thing is that I don't think it matters I'm thinking sometimes in Photoshop you can set it. I don't think it matters so much because let's say you were building for 20 minutes and you want to undo 20 minutes of work. At that point, you're probably quicker just to go in and edit it, fix it manually if there's a mistake you made or something. I mean, someone's saying even 5 steps is a godsend, and I think that's fair. I think when you make a mistake, it tends to be, not that long ago. So it looks like it's a pretty, you know, already there's more than 5 steps. So it's something I'm sure that if we don't have an official number, you guys will test the heck out of it and figure out exactly what is that threshold. Maybe it's not based on the steps, it's based on the, you know, the amount of memory that's used to save each step.
And I think this is amazing that you can just, you know, place these small blocks and they actually don't occupy 2.5 meter area.
I know, yeah.
Another thing is the rotation. I will show it on cockpit. So we have it on control, and now I can rotate, and it's always consistent. You know, the shortcuts and the direction or the angle you are rotating is always consistent. So now I'm rotating like this, or like this, or like this, and I think it's very, very intuitive. Good. And so, any idea, Joel, what should I build?
Oh, another thing you could do, Marek, you can, I have a bunch of, I was going to show in a bit here, but if you open the blueprints menu, you'll see a lot of, well, maybe I'll get onto that in a second here, but maybe, I'm just thinking, yeah, you could open the blueprint screen and have a look in there, see what you've got in there. Or you can, yeah. Maybe you can also show this, the partial copy feature, which is, or the paint gun. I'm just thinking of there's so many things. Or the paint gun, like changing color stuff.
Yeah.
I love this so much. So.
Okay. I can.
But then if you do the middle mouse button, that does the whole grid, right? If you point on the blue.
Yeah, it changes the color I pointed.
Yes.
So like this, and
oh, that's trippy. So now it's a red and green station. This is such a good tool, to be honest. Like instantly being able to switch.
And if I want to change the whole grid,
yeah,
I hold it like this for 3 seconds. Now there is a timer that's kind of temporary.
There'll be some UI, yeah. And boom.
And
I'd say it seems quicker as well. It seems more like, I feel like there was no like kind of like hold there. Like I feel like when we did it in the past, like it just instantly switched. So I feel like the guys have optimized something since the last build we played, which is great to see.
Yeah, it looks nice. Actually like this, like one color interiors.
Red station.
Okay, then we have the voxel hand. So I can show it here. I can be adding voxels.
Yeah, I love this new visual as well. It's so nice seeing it projected on the voxels there. And again, in the meantime, we're seeing the parallax as well happening here, like the improved look of voxels too.
Or I can be changing the material. Yeah, so that's that. Then let's see some other blocks that we have here.
Get the big gyroscope, Marek. That's my favorite. 7.5 meter one. Don't know where it's on there.
Just let me find. Maybe it's in the toolbar number 1, right?
I don't see it there. Oh, there it is. Yeah, look at this. Huge.
And it has the rotating, spinning interior.
It has to be what? Oh, it needs to. And it's gone. I was gonna say, what a beautiful block. What a mess. Yeah, and you're changing through the toolbars there with the control 1.
So this is the G screen with all the blocks. You have the categories. Here is the list of blueprints that you saved locally or get from Steam Workshop. And
Some of these are so we have a bunch of modules here as well as the ships as well. So
I will actually show the partial copy paste that you wanted me to show.
yeah,
And let's say that you want to make part of this ship a blueprint. So I will come here, press Ctrl P. I will select some
starting block.
starting block, and now I press Ctrl and the direction WSD, and I can expand this selection. So let's say this is the area that will be copied. Now I will just like left click, and now I have this as a blueprint.
Amazing.
And of course I can copy it here, and now I will use another shortcut, Ctrl B, and we'll turn it into a blueprint, in the database of blueprints.
Yeah.
Like this. Can name it somehow. And now I will go to blueprint screen again, and it should be somewhere here.
If you scroll down, Marek, I think. There it is at the end.
And what I can do now is I can actually take it and put it on the toolbar. And now I can build like if it was a block, So again, I can select other blocks now, or I can select this blueprint and I can build it here, or I can go to other grid and snap. Okay, I cannot build here because the mounting points aren't connected. Maybe like this. Yes, I can.
And you can drag a line as well. You can drag a line or like a plane of these as well. So I'm saying it's going to totally revolutionize building, because you can actually suddenly build with modules rather than like just blocks. So even if I think we're going to see players posting, cargo modules and nacelles and so on the workshop. So players who maybe don't want to build with, super great fidelity, they just want to basically put together a ship out of pre-made modules. I think players can do that now. So there's going to be quite a lot of different options for kind of players building now, I think. If you like, I can
yes.
quickly switch over. We're going to change the worlds here. Now, okay, so I'm going to back out to the main menu. And then we're going to load up another world, which is a bit more of that. So if we come up to, we've got a couple things here. Some of these, we might leave some of these for the release stream, but oh, we have the trailer modules. This as well. This is quite nice, all parts. And now I think I'm going to load the module building experiment, and I'll show you why. This is very nice here. So if you look at the toolbar, guys, we already have a bunch of different blocks on the toolbar ready to go. So I can press 1, I can press 2. It's loading them for a little bit first. 3,
Very nice.
Rings, 4, 5. And if I do, let me see, Control 6. Yeah, look, if I go through basically toolbar 5, I have this. Toolbar 6, I have bridge parts. And then toolbar 7, I've got nacelles. So if you look at this, look how my toolbar is completely populated with all kinds. This is a solar panel. So I've almost built my own block. I've built a solar panel block here. So I'm trying to think, do I have more? Control 8? Oh, I've got more. Control 8, Control 9. Okay. So I've got 4 different toolbars of different ships here. So I will see if I can quickly, let's see, what was that? Right, let's put down this. Okay, I've got to find parts that match up, so it might not be that easy. Okay, this is another bridge part. What's 3? Is that a landing? Okay, I can put this on the, I'll put this on the back. I don't know if it's how it's gonna line this up. And then maybe I'm gonna switch to, so I've got this here, but I'm gonna switch to precise building. I think this one lines up. That looks good. We'll see. I think I'm 1 block. The 25 centimeter. Slightly off, but it works. It's okay. So look at that. I've got and I could drag this out. Actually, I'll do that now. Let's make a super, not the easiest one, but you could make a really long ship as well. So I will now, just for the quick speed, I will slap on some, is this a nacelle? I think it is. All right, so which is the best connect? Oh, they both got connecting parts here. So, oh, I'm gonna probably put symmetry mode on as well. That would be smart. But just to show you guys quickly, wait a second. Okay. This is amazing, Marek. It's just how quickly I'm able to put together a ship. So for people who, again, it's not gonna be super precise.
And like one of the part of the vision here is that we would like the players to focus more on building from the modules, so also building faster than from the blocks, especially the new players. Of course, it's not forced, so they can still build with the blocks, okay, but also they can build from blueprints made from blocks, hopefully making the game more accessible and easier to play with. And the other thing is that in some sense it will work very similarly in survival. Of course, you will not be able to just copy ships and so on in survival. You will still need resources and welding and everything. But what you will be able to do is to, like put the projection of the blueprint to the world and then weld it. I think that will be a huge thing, because you will not have to weld block by block, and imagining like what the end ship look like, but you can actually project the ship to the world, as a blueprint, it's there, and then just weld one block after another. I think there will be big improvement for survival, especially for players like me, because I really want it to be simple and like without some complicated learning and so.
No, I say it's very. I'm just seeing what the players are saying here. Yeah, blueprint offset ability. Yeah, I mean I feel like I can see myself building a lot in modules, because I also take too long to design a ship. So having some really nice modules, and I can see it now. I can see players like publishing packs of modules. Like, I don't know, even to drop some names, but let me think. Like, you've got like let me think. It's killing me, the name. I'm trying to think of the name of what's their name? Who built the Cerberus in Space Engineers? Chat, help me out here. I'm just trying to think, and it doesn't really matter. I guess a name of a community, of a member. JD Hawks is another example. JD Hawks bought a whole collection of like amazing ships, like all matching theme. But like, imagine like a JD Hawks like module pack or something like that, or block pack from JD Hawks, and then suddenly you could make ships in the same theme, but out of these modules on the toolbar. And I think this is something that we didn't really get to on the reveal stream, but I'm hoping that you guys can see from this toolbar, and you can see that the blueprints are all taken very nicely, so it looks like little blocks on the toolbar here. So
but again, we are not taking anything from the game, you still will be able to build block by block, but if you want to build with modules, you will be able. And the UI is, I would say, iteration number 1. We already, like have some nodes and are implementing how to improve the UI of the block build, the blueprint building and block building and so on. So that will also improve. There are some situations, where it can be more intuitive than it currently is, and we know about those, and we are improving that.
So look, Marek, I'm dragging like I'm dragging like a long corridor made out of one module here. So that was one module.
Nice.
Right? And now I can come in here to this. This is part of a ship. And I can just run and run and run and run. And that there's going to be people doing this like, a couple of kilometers long, but that's actually probably officially the longest I've built in Space Engineers 2. I thought I didn't really place that many down, but that's the point. Just like that, I was able to, create this super long corridor matching the theme. And from this actually could be like a ship. I could start putting on like thrusters and stuff. Let me tell you what, I could build all day here, but let me just put a ring on this ship. Here we go, hold on. Almost there. Oh, one more. All right. And now I have a ring.
Nice, very nice.
And I could slap a couple nacelles on here and a cockpit, and call it a very nice ship. So put a ring on me. So definitely wanted to showcase just some of the modular building, because I think it's definitely a big part of what's to come. So miss a lot. I know. You notice, Chris. I know. I'm on the spot here. Have a feeling a lot of pressure from you guys watching to get the modules lined up, but so many. I mean, this is something I feel like we should probably not post in the workshop immediately, but we should. I want to like. I'll probably share this file with people, like, so you guys can mess around with these modules as well, maybe, because they've been nicely prepared here thanks to our design team. I wish I could say I built all these modules, but I didn't. These are built by very talented designers. And some of these were used in creating the videos that you've been seeing, and obviously we'll have more videos coming up as well. But they're super nice, really maximizing the the 25 centimeter grid system. Let me see, yeah. Ooh. Okay, so. Marek, as it is your birthday, I think we have a surprise planned. All right, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Marek. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
46, Marek.
Thank you all, guys. Thank you.
Okay, Marek, make a wish. And it says Marek on it. There we go. Nice, very nice.
With a like small, I don't know, like 10 centimeter, 5 millimeter block, right?
It's so true. This is like the unified grid system right here.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I can do it like that. Oh, it's okay.
Thank you. Yeah, I have my wish. So.
Okay, do the honors, Marek.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Yeah. And welcome Olga, by the way. I was mid-song, but welcome Olga. She's just off the camera there. So thank you, Olga, for the cake.
Thank you, Olga.
Marek's been waiting for some cake, I think. He's been extremely...
hungry.
Yeah. Oh, Marek can do the honors and cut the cake, I think. What I was going to say... I was gone blank for a second. Yeah, the unified grid system. But wow, I was going to say something. I forgot now. Oh yeah, there was a really funny comment when the stream started that Marek spotted, and it was something like, it said something like, "Lucky guy, this guy gets to play Space Engineers 2 for his birthday." So yes, Marek has been able to play Space Engineers 2. Very lucky. But you guys only have 10 days to wait here to play. And Olga, I think you said it has, I can eat it as well, right?
Yes.
It's allergen safe. Okay. Well, if it's not, it will make for a very memorable stream. So. Okay, I'm gonna this looks amazing. All right, here we go, guys. We can do a little bit more gameplay in a second here, maybe. We can. All right.
Now we are eating.
Now we're just now you guys are just watching us eat some cake. It tastes as delicious as Space Engineers 2, is what I'll say. It's very good. That unified grid system.
I hope the people watching are also enjoying and eating something sweet with us.
Or a crack, or a bottle of something. It's delicious cake. Yeah, it's very good. Traditional Czech cake. Well, it's very, very good.
Yeah, it's the right kind of chocolate cake.
I think normally, like, we probably would wait and eat off stream. But I know both me and Marek are like starving. We were like so. It's actually because we're actually really hungry right now, and streaming is always very hungry business as well. So, thank you guys for understanding. Unified cake system.
Very good. Like you can taste the butter, right? And chocolate and yeah. And it's also kind of, there is some kind of juice or something, right?
Moist. Someone said, vertical slice, 0.1 cake. Honestly, it's probably one of the chocolatiest cakes I've had in a while. It's super chocolatey. Wow. Wow. Thank you for organizing this, Olga. Team effort. Yeah. And shout out to Yada, yes, as well. I don't know if Marek, if that got posted anywhere. Not sure. You know? Not sure. How is Marek 46 years? I know he looks extremely good for his age. I wish I looked like Marek. I probably look like 40 to be honest, and I'm not. I'm like 30 this year, so Marek is aged like a fine wine. I'll say that. Reverse aging, yeah, exactly. It's all this SE2 is giving him, new life, right? Just
and also sucking blood. Yeah, of innocent children. No, I'm joking.
The disclaimer.
There's gonna be a Zero video on this. Like, does Marek really suck blood? The community videos are gonna be coming hard. SE3 confirmed, and Marek drinks blood all in one stream. That's too much for the community to handle, I reckon.
Thank you, Olga. Amazing.
Exquisite. I would say I would have to sneak a piece later, but the team needs that tomorrow as well. I think a lot of team members are probably disappointed that they missed the cake.
And it's Friday, so.
Oh. I might have to take some home just to, support the team and, eat the cake for them or something like that. Okay, in the meantime, I think we'll be, today's stream is really going to be brief. I think we can probably actually, I think maybe wrap it up here, I think, Marek. But just to, with the gameplay, we hope you guys enjoyed today's gameplay session. Just going over what to expect in Vertical Slice 1, coming to Steam on January 27th. And also today we got to show some of the modular building off as well. So I have just an image here as well, showcasing again what you can expect. But it really is great that you guys are here today with us, and we always appreciate people coming to the stream, and everyone who's supported us over the years, and everyone who is here for the start of this amazing new chapter for Keen Software House, I think.
Yeah.
And Marek's birthday, of course, as well.
Yeah. Thanks again for being here with us on this stream, and thanks again everybody for the birthday wishes. It really means a lot to me, and I'm looking forward. In 10 days, we'll see each other on the release stream.
Yeah, not long at all, guys. It's going to be awesome. I'll probably there's definitely some other things that to look forward to around the release. I won't talk to them about them yet, but we have some guests maybe who are coming, so maybe you'll see some other faces on the streams. So we'll see about that. So, but in general, guys, really great to be here. Just compared to last stream, just a power stream today, but we will be streaming in 10 days time for this release. So thank you everybody for tuning in today. Thank you to the whole team for all the amazing work. And looking forward to it. Not long now at all. 10 days till Space Abyss 2. It's unbelievable. Okay. And
thank you. And see you. Bye bye.
Okay, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye. 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 Thanks, Olga, again. Eee.
Welcome back, engineer. After 10,000 years in cryosleep, you have awakened to a new dawn in the Almagest system. 10,000 light years from Earth, our home is but a distant memory. Here, the bright star Almagest and the brown dwarf Delphos form a double-star system. Among the first wave of space engineers, you stand at the threshold between void and possibility. Armed with humanity's most advanced tools, you'll build with unprecedented flexibility using the 25-centimeter unified grid system with undo-redo support. Blueprint building becomes seamless. Partially copy-paste, snap to grid, and assign to toolbar. The new voxel hand helps reshape asteroids and alter materials. These intuitive tools ensure that every engineer, veteran or novice, can bring their vision to life. Our grids can reach speeds up to 300 meters per second, with engineering advancements ensuring that collisions up to 20 meters per second will not cause structural damage. The Bearing Project represents humanity's drive to explore and create beyond Earth's boundaries. Pioneers make this one-way journey, seeking self-reliance and a new frontier. Motivated not by necessity, but by the fundamental human desire for discovery and freedom. Join us in the Almagest system, where every act of creation shapes our destiny.